No, that's okay, however it works out. But I don't see making, meeting those requirements this year for sure, because it's pretty
Well,
daunting.
okay, so you know me, I don't ever like accept that kind of stuff. So I'm going to say, we don't know. You may be able to qualify.
I might be able to do, I think it's like 12 paid speaking.
So that'd be six, 2 a month for the end of the year.
It could be.
They have to be paid.
I'm ready to do it.
It's like even $25 counts.
Yeah, it does. That's
So
true.
actually, we might even work on that for you today, is where could we get you some speaking gigs? And some people I know will make like I've had professional speakers pay our nonprofit back when we had another nonprofit, ESPW. They would give us a donation and then we could pay them.
Oh, great idea.
It wasn't mine. I'm just sharing something someone else did.
Well, I am ready. I'm ready to go.
All right, Jenny. Becky, what about you?
Yeah, no, I started Habit Finder coaching with Amy. And so I took the assessment and I'm going to start working on helping to kind of hone in my focus. So I'm really excited. Really excited.
And I'm working with Amy.
Me too.
Yeah, she actually gave my, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but my ego sometimes is pretty shaky. It's like, are you really qualified? Do you really know this? You know, and the book, The Strengths Finder, it gave me an ego boost when I took their assessment. It said that I'm strategic. It's my #1 strength. And then when I did this test with Amy, Amy said, you know, that I don't remember what it was called, but it was something to do, maybe it was just called work and people. And she said I had 2 of the highest scores. So it's like, yay, there's something I am good at.
Many things, Karen.
You know, where's my rubber band, right?
Yeah.
Very human, in case you guys don't know. So, okay, what about you, Lady E?
I actually, one of my biggest celebrations is I finished something.
Okay,
I completed. I did a ebook, and I completed it. So I'm waiting for my coach to give me some feedback and let me know. You know, I know it looks awesome. I don't know if the content is right.
Who's your coach? Is it the woman I know? I can't remember her name right now.
Lethea.
Oh, Lethea Owens.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
What's the name of your book?
Actually, it's the ebook, and I'm going to use it as a lead magnet for my website that's being built. And it's an acronym, LIFT, L-I-F-T, and that's for launch, intentional acceleration, flight crew, and what's the other one? It's 2 T's, test and takeoff.
Awesome. Awesome. So do you mind if I say something? Okay, because part of me is like, should I say these things or should I not say these things? But the biggest part of me wants to say them. Can I say something?
Yeah.
You said, I finally completed something, which makes me think that you're not giving yourself credit for completing things. And I want you to give me 2 other things you've completed. I could name some if you can't, but other things you've completed.
Thank you for bringing me in. You're right. That's something I have to work on. I've completed quite a bit.
You have. I don't go way back with you, but the stuff I've seen, you completed quite a bit. But you were hard on yourself. As you celebrated, you were also being hard on yourself.
Okay, thank you for bringing that to my attention.
I love you. I hope I'm not. I feel mean when I say this stuff, but I just want to call it to our attention how unconscious we can be.
Yeah.
You guys can catch me all the time on this because I'm just human girl, just like you guys. So let me see. Sheva, celebration.
Oof. There's a lot to celebrate. Oh, okay.
You
Well, I'll
can
just
say
start with the
more
most
than one. If
recent.
there's too many to choose from, you could say more than one.
Well, I'll just start with I created a intro video for my podcast, Sensory Focus.
Ah, good.
I think, I mean, it's just in the final tweaking stages, but it's just about ready. So, yeah, I'm really happy about that. And I'll just stop there. Yeah.
No, if you want to say something else that feels good, say it.
I am launching in opposition to 4th of July this year because I'm not happy with America or the world, and I created an image like on Canva that describes what I'm trying to say, but essentially I'm setting out a challenge for the month of July that we can be the change we want to see in the world. So if we commit to one thing, to vision, I would love to help anybody that is wanting to create a vision for a better America, a better world, and help distill that one action step that can get them closer to that vision.
So am I hearing that you're offering almost like a free coaching session for someone for clarity around vision for our world?
For specifically that be the change concept, yeah.
So I want to be part of the promotion of that. So when you have whatever wording you want and your Canva ready, I want to be one of the ones to put it out there through Gateway.
Oh, okay.
God knows how much we need change, and all of us that are working for that change, we need others to support it. The energy needs to get to a higher vibration, I believe, before, I don't know. It's just a very sad and scary state. When you said in opposition, I'm wondering about another, instead of the word opposition, because I've got my own little hangups, my own little, but when you said like a new vision or, revision our world, in opposing because we have so much opposition.
Right, no need for more divisiveness.
Yeah, so but a reimagining, challenging our thinking to be the change, which is one reason why I love Pookie's song so much. For I am responsible, Karen Hoffman, am responsible for the world, right? Like if I don't take the responsibility for myself, we're not, like we all, anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So Karen, I already made it's already posted, the ad. So, and it's on the Human Intentions page.
Lucy's here, yay, Lucy.
Oh, hi, Karen and Sheva.
Hi.
Hi. No, my video's not working, is it?
I
Give
just
me a second.
There. There you are.
I got
Yeah.
I lost Oh, where are you guys there?
We're here.
Yeah, my video went out again.
You. So
If
my
you want to look at me, my hair's a mess, but
whole
There you
screen,
are.
yes.
I
We're
can't
all here.
see.
We're all here.
What happened? I want to be a Zoomer.
You're here, Karen. I see you.
We see you.
But I can't see you guys, and that makes me feel really alone. Like, I don't want you to just see my face. Oh, there you guys, you came back, you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Michelle is here. Okay, so we get to do a couple more, a couple more celebrations. So we have just done, are on the part of celebration. So Michelle, do you have anything you want to celebrate?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm still chugging along with my my exercise, which I just think is really important for mind, body, and spirit right now, And
If we don't have our body, we can't do anything.
Right. Right. So
And you're
taking care
still
of
walking with your
our temple, right?
Yes.
Right, you're still,
From
Walking-
a business standpoint, though, I do have my business plan updated, and I threw a lot more at it, and so now I at least have something tangible that I can look at every week to 2 weeks. So I'm kind of excited about that too.
yay, you.
Yeah.
Awesomeness. Okay, so Lucy, something to celebrate?
Oh, yeah, I was finally able to launch my new website that doesn't look like crap. It's a very nicely done website.
Wow.
Yay.
What is it?
Yeah, send us the
Oh,
link.
it's www.womens-journals.com.
Can you put it in the chat side?
Oh, sure, sure. I keep forgetting that we have chat, and I can just go ahead and do
Yeah,
that.
I still don't even really know. Like, I can't participate in chatting and Zooming yet.
Right.
I'm a woman that can multitask, but not multitask that yet. So, all right. I also see that my sister's on, Marty Casey.
Yay.
You got any? Do
Good
you?
morning. Good
Uh-huh.
morning, everyone. Sorry for my tardiness. How's everybody?
Good.
Good
Good.
morning.
You.
We're on celebrations, look like? Share a quote and celebrate or something? Is that
Well,
what?
let's celebrate.
Yeah.
I
Celebrate.
All right.
and now we're celebrating.
With celebrations, I would have to say this past week, last week was truly an honor to take the world stage and be able to present my Ungun initiative. And I had a wonderful team of people to help me prepare for that. And up until hours before I was to present, it looked like things were not going to go the way that I anticipated them to go, but it turned out really well.
Okay.
So I'm celebrating that.
Yeah, it did. It just
Marty-
rolls from you, Marty. So you're all good. You know,
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Is there a
heartfelt.
replay, Marty? Because people have been asking me about a replay because
Yeah.
they weren't able to see
Tune
it.
in. Sure, I
Yeah.
can send that over to you, Jenny.
Okay.
You can also put it in the chat side there while we're on the call in case somebody can go ahead and grab it there too, Marty, if you can.
I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a link, and so I don't know how to actually do it like that, but I'll try.
Okay. Sheva, have you seen the link? Because you're good
Yeah,
at
it's on my Facebook page, and I actually forwarded it to Gateway to Dreams, but I'll forward it again.
They're not yours about your event, but about Marty.
Right.
Yes, Marty's event
Okay.
on my Facebook page.
You're-
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now this next part that we go into is, I think, kind of weird to do on Zoom, but I still want us to do it. And this is where you can take and work on, we're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. You can work on your business plan, the one-page business plan, a brain dump, or a goal sheet. And for the brain dump, you can just take a piece of paper and start just putting down things that you want to get done or that matter to you. Sheva has the pages for the plan that
Here's
you guys,
business plan right here.
they can print right from their, can they print from their?
You could. I will see if I can put it in the chat box.
But that's Sheva, that's the business plan. Aren't you wanting the goal sheet?
No, you can use any that you want,
You can
Michelle.
do either one. Okay.
Yeah,
So, I want to try something. I'm going to do the polling. Okay. Let's
Polling.
take a poll.
let's try a poll.
Do you
Not poll,
want
right?
Oh,
okay,
wow.
this work?
I'm learning something now
Oh,
because I'm learning Zoom and I saw that polling option and I was like, I better leave that alone.
okay. You want the business plan or the
Goal
goal
sheet.
sheet?
One page.
Okay.
goal plan.
This could be totally knocked out a different way, but I just wanted to see if I could do this.
Yeah, yeah, in fact, part of what we're going to talk about today is Zoom. So this is going to be perfect.
All right. So if you are able to answer the poll,
We also have the brain dump, but that is just on a piece of paper. You can just turn anything over and just start dumping.
all right. All righty. It is ready to launch.
And what happens with that? Will they?
Oh,
Oh, look, it comes up on our screen.
Yeah.
yeah, that way, whichever one, because I can only put one up at a time. So,
Oh, wow. They can, when they check that, it'll pull up for them what one they want.
oh, I wish I could do that, but
Okay.
I can put the one that has the most votes up on the screen.
And I could actually electronically, if you guys don't have a copy, each month we use the same one. So you should have it somewhere on your computer, but I could see about sending it as an attachment if you want. Michelle?
So if you could put it like the link for that attachment, Karen, in the chat box.
I don't know how to do the link for an attachment. I only know how to send it as a, I only know how to send it as
We're
a.
all creative girls. We're not technology girls on this call.
All you have to do is copy the link, put it in the chat, and then we go to the chat, we click it on, and it comes up.
It takes 5 creative people to get stuff done, right? Or it's 8 people.
The village, Karen. It's a
Yeah,
village.
it is
girl.
village. So what happened then? We can take the,
You can copy the link, put it in the chat, and then it comes up. We go to the chat, we click it on, and it will come up on our screen.
okay, Shana, can you do that? Is that where it says at the top of the Zoom where you had the one, when you had it up? I'm so not good. I'm learning. I don't want to say I'm so not good. I am so learning.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm putting the goal planner up right now, if that's okay.
When you do that, then can we take up at the, like, is there a way to take that and have it as a link from Zoom? Do you know what I'm trying?
Yes. Does this live anywhere
No.
on the website, or does it have?
No.
Is
no.
it okay? So I won't be able to
It has
upload
to
it,
be-
but
okay.
I can. How about this, ladies? I'm going to post these on the Gateway to Dreams Facebook page.
That's good.
Then you can access it there.
You actually put it in the YCB, your
Oh.
collaborative group. But there are 2 of them, 2 YCB groups. So pick one and then tell us which one you did, the one with the YCB logo. There's 2.
Okay.
And in the future, that's what we will do, is we will direct people to the Facebook YCB page to print what they need. If you'll help me remember that, because next month I'll probably be going, how can we do this? My brain will have forgotten what we've already done.
Okay,
So-
so I'm gonna post it on the one with the logo.
And if you guys can get on Facebook and go to, and let me see if I can do that. So I think I might have to accept you. Or do I just share with? No, I don't want to do that. I want to find you guys. Sorry that technology is still a little challenging for me.
to
Friends who like your page. So Aneezer, I'm inviting you right now,
Okay.
but you're not coming up. Why are you not coming up? I know we're friends.
Yes.
Is it under Lady E instead of Aneezer?
No, it should, Ebenezer Lane.
Okay.
who had requested the business plan and needs an access to that right now? Anyone? Because if we're all just needing the goal sheet, I think just for the sake of less
Time.
rustling around, it might be best to just, because we can all see it from the share screen, right?
Yes.
Right.
When the poll came up, I requested the business plan, but I can definitely do the goal sheet.
Oh.
To make this easier. No,
Dr. Marty, I'll send you over the business plan.
no.
That's Lady.
No,
That's
I want to be with the team. Let me do the same thing everybody else is doing.
Well, one of the things we're trying to do is individualize this for your best needs. So, we're not one size fits all. Lady, why aren't you coming up?
I don't know.
There you are. There was probably something I was doing. Okay, then Marty, let's see if you're not in there either. Let's see about Becky. Becky, she's not in there either. Let's see about, I don't know if you guys have to accept. Do you have to accept, you think?
Probably. I'm trying to figure out. I'm having a situation here too. Usually I can go out of Zoom. How do I get out of, not leave Zoom, but
Minimize it?
Yeah. Usually you can
Yellow-
minimize it, but I
Yellow
don't.
circle in top left corner, yellow circle.
Okay, Sheva, you're not coming up.
okay.
I know we're friends. Michelle, you're not in this one either. I don't know which, I'm just sending it to the one with the logo. So you guys might be in another one.
Nothing happened when I did the yellow circle.
So go to view options
Oh, I see.
and
Oh,
go to exit full screen.
okay.
That'll pull you down and then you'll be able to see where you can minimize it on the top right-hand side.
I got it.
Thank
Okay.
you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're all learning together here. When I go to, I want to add a document. Jenny, not Jenny, Sheva, where do I do that?
Oh, how about,
Why aren't you coming up, Sheva?
I know what I can do. I'll use Google Drive. And then I'll put a link to the Google Drive in there.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so Inez is now part of this.
But how about I do that after, so that we can concentrate on people that are here and
Right.
being
And I'm gonna, okay, we'll do that later.
yeah.
Well, Sheva has it up, Karen, so we could just answer it on a piece of paper in front of us even.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
just
good.
get a sheet of paper. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna set the timer for the 5 minutes and then we'll come back.
I'm going to scroll this up a little bit. I'm going to give you a peek on the bottom page because I can't do both, but it says the collaboration is fast path to success. So what kind of help do I need to realize this goal? And it's just what you would need from us as your collaborative board, brainstorming, skill sharing, resources, or sorting it out. But I'll come back to this page over here.
Thank you, Sheva.
And I'll put that question, that second part of the question in the chat.
Somebody might need to mute. There's a talking in the background.
All right, I will mute us all if that's okay. And then we can unmute when we're done.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, is our 5 minutes up?
Not quite.
Okay.
Close. 32 seconds.
Okay.
Up. Time up. Time up. Time up. Wanna unmute?
Do we do any breakout rooms for this, or
No.
with everybody?
No, we'll just talk about it, especially since we have a small group today. just take a few minutes to see if anybody from just this, if there was something that we might be able to help them with. This isn't our collaboration. We'll do that after the next session. But Lady E, can we unmute or do they need to unmute?
You can unmute yourself.
So Lady E, was there anything that you were working on that we might support you with?
Yes, I don't know if you can help me or I have to help myself, and I am already working on this, but I decided not to put anything down about business or those kind of goals, because something that's very much more important that I am working on, and my goal is to be my health and to be healthier,
Okay.
to lose this weight and to get in the right place so that I can do what I need to do effectively. Because if my body is not right, for me, it's going back to basics and identifying what is some of the things that might be holding me back. And part of it is my health, even when it comes to my mindset. And it can change the way I think, even if I feel better about my health.
Michelle is working on that right now too. I don't know if you heard Lady E when you got on, but that's her top goal. One of her top goals is to get out and be physical. She's walking with her sister. Michelle, you want to unmute?
Yeah, so
Wait a minute, Lady E, where do you live?
I'm in Baldwin.
Okay.
Well, I would still come to you. So here's the thing. I've been really working on this and I'm exploring all kinds of things, Lady.
Mhm.
So if you remember the table when I sat with Marty and Listen was there, you were there at the head of the table. Do you remember one of the meetings at the Wicked Dreams? So I had mentioned to you and Dr. Marty Casey to join me at Jazzercise. Well, then I've stopped going to Jazzercise for now because of the whole COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Jazzercise places though are taking their classes on the parking lot, which I've seen out in O'Fallon, which is pretty interesting. But here's the thing, if you're interested, I've been looking for accountability partners, and my sister has been falling off and on. You know, you really have to commit. Number one, in your head, you have to say, you know what, I really want this. And there is a spot in the Bible about protecting your temple, you know, like this is our temple, our body, right? And I've been dialing up my sister on Facebook Messenger, and we just are on the phone exercising together. And we're using the Prime Video, you know, Amazon Prime. There's it's called the Daily Workout. But I tell you, today I found a yoga class, and it was chair. It's chair yoga, CHAIR.
Okay.
And I did 56 minutes, and it's the easiest thing ever, but it makes you feel good. You know that you're doing something, okay? So I would love any of you on this call today who want to join me. I'm serious. I'm like all into this now. Like, okay, who wants to get on board and join me? Because it's fun. I mean, it really is fun. We just have to push ourselves to do it first thing in the morning. When we wake up in the morning, it just has to be one of the things that you get done and then get on with your day.
Okay.
I have a really great suggestion.
I wanted to.
If you've ever heard of the video Fitness Marshall, he is hysterical. And it's like workout videos, and he is totally open to every abled bodies, all different body types. And he just makes you like squeal with joy because he's hysterical. Some of it's a little, you know, risque, but you can skip over those ones. But he's just so funny, and it's like modern day Richard Simmons.
Yeah, it sounds good, and usually once I get started with the exercise, and I think at first, and this is,
Okay.
I'm gonna, I'll throw this out because I'm getting it out of my head. I do, sure I needed a accountability partner, and I remember you saying that, Michelle. I remember at the table we talked about the jazzercise. My pushback has been, and I don't know if it's an excuse or really something that is because I'm so out of shape until I'm like, oh my God, if I get to the mailbox, I'll be lucky, you know, because I just let it go way too far. And so my knees bother me, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. I will do whatever I need to do. I am not using that as an excuse.
So that's why I'm good for you, Anissa.
Yes, you're good for me. I need that.
I am all about start tiny. I mean, I'm using 3-pound weights, girlfriend.
Okay.
You know, I'm not even doing full blown. And as long as you get something in, that's what I told my sister. I'm like, they have 5 minutes. So I could even tell you what's on my screen and then say, okay, this is what we're doing now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I said, this chair yoga, look up yoga JP.
Okay.
And her name is, before we hang up today, or I'll put it in the chat.
I also want Becky
I'm sorry.
Boomer. I would like Becky Boomerschlag to weigh in. She lost a tremendous amount of weight. She was the workaholic. And Becky, you want to share? You're still muted, Becky.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, when I moved from California to St. Louis, I was in really bad.
Becky Boomerschlag.
Can you hear me okay?
She's talking.
Okay, awesome. When I moved from California to St. Louis, I had left a really long career, and I knew that my habits were killing me, literally. I could feel it in every ounce of my being, and the only thing that I could offer to myself when we moved here was, I hate the word diet, and I knew that, you know, that wouldn't necessarily work. So my mantra was move more, eat less, make better choices.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only expectation I put on myself. And it started with, you know, I've tried gyms, I've tried classes, different classes. Nothing was really working. I'd be motivated in the beginning and then everything would fall to the side. So I just started to walk. Mm-hmm. And I, you know, in the morning, it would probably be about 20 minutes. And now, long story short, 4 years later, I walk 40 to 50 miles a week.
Wow.
I have a Fitbit, which is, I'm very competitive. So I'm always making sure that I get my 10,000 steps. But the important thing is starting off small and finding something. I found that I needed to slow my life down. I was so busy with everything else, with everyone else, to go on a walk in the morning. I actually heard the birds sing. I heard the wind blow through the trees. It was just that time for me. And so actually now I do a walk in the morning with my husband and puppy dog. Usually we leave between 6 and 6:30. And then I go out for a second walk, and that's my time. And I usually take a little pad of paper and a pen. And a lot of times things come to me during that time. Sometimes nothing happens, but it was just, I didn't have that pressure on myself. Oh gosh, I need to lose 50 pounds. Oh, you know what? That's just too overwhelming. Right. So to date, I'm down about 75 pounds. Wow. I've never felt better. But I have to take it, Lady, each day as it comes. And you need to find something that just resonates with you, because you're the only one that really can hold yourself accountable. And, you know, I walk 6 days a week, and it's something that it's part of my life. It's my habit. And it actually saved my life. 2 years into the 4 years, I had a heart attack, and the doctor said that if I had not lost the weight and I was not in the shape that I was in at that time, I probably wouldn't have survived.
Oh my gosh.
So to me, when I go out, I do it for my life. It's not an option.
Yeah.
And, there are days when I don't want to. It's very rare though. I'd always make excuses for myself in the past, but I love that time. And so maybe it's finding a place where you pull inspiration from. Do you like to, I'm not a runner, didn't want to try it, doesn't look fun, but walking was something that I could do. It was easy on my body, and I've been able to keep it up for 4 years. I go through 2 pair of shoes every year just because I put so many miles on them. And it's just when you get back, you feel energized. And it's just like, wow, I did what I needed to do. And I think I walk about an hour to hour and a half every day. And it's usually first thing in the morning. So maybe you find your peace in the evening. I find if I don't walk in the morning, I find other things to do and it doesn't happen.
Right.
That was for me personally. So, but that move more, eat less, make better choices. It was kind of generic enough where, I felt it was something that I could do for me personally. So I don't know if is there something that you enjoy doing? Maybe you enjoy swimming. Maybe finding some other kind of outlet, maybe you like boxing. Have you ever thought about, might be a great way to get some frustration? I don't know. Just find something.
Yes, actually, I lost about 35 pounds before. This has been a issue with me most of my adult life, my weight. But Billy Blanks, when he came out with,
Yeah.
I met him and I had been doing Tae Bo at the gym because I was being about it. And when I met him, I told him he had seen me before. I sang at the church that he went to. And so when I met him, actually formally met him, he knew who I was. And I knew he could tell I had lost weight because I had lost over 30 pounds. And I said, look, I told him I was doing, they called it Thai boxing in the gym. I got back, he asked me for my address and he personally sent me his whole thing, including the one that that had not been released yet, that was just coming out. And I did really good with that and kept it off for a pretty good while. But I don't have that energy I had. I'm not limber like I was.
We're going to need to move on, but I'm hopeful that this was helpful, not just to Lady E. And Marty, what's something quick you wanted to say before we move on? We're not going to go to all of you because I want to go to the next part. But did you have something, Marty, you wanted to share with Lady E? Or
Sure. And Lady E, I can actually call you after this, but I just want to say the other day when you and I had a conversation, we talked for almost 2 hours, right? So imagine if we were walking and talking.
Right.
I think that we could do that. And I think that you and I share the same type of love and energy to where we could do that and motivate each other. I'm a lot like Becky. I don't like certain words just don't move me and motivate me. So one of the things when I get ready to trick my mind and my body to lose the weight, I call it extra life, not exercising. I call it extra life.
Yeah.
And so when I'm ready to give myself extra life, then I start doing the things that I need to do. And one of the things that I love is dancing. Download your favorite music, put on your comfortable, cute clothes, your cute exercise stuff, because we like to look cute and just dance for about 45 minutes. But we can do that on days that we're not available to walk together. But if we can choose a time to walk together, we can walk and talk about Jesus, and I promise you it's gonna fall off.
Okay.
And I'm willing to do that with you. If when Michelle is not available, I'm willing to do that with you.
Okay. It's the date, y'all. We'll get together.
Walking and talking really is one of the ways we can be connected because we're doing it by phone, right? You're in Baldwin, you're in Florissant, you're not driving. You don't have an excuse if you have to be there. And Marty can probably make that on time.
Yes.
We love being on time. Sometimes we're not, but taking and walking out of your house with your phone, and I need to be part of that as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead, since it seemed like, I don't know if there was anyone else that had anything really pressing, but I do want to move to the next section so we have plenty of time for collaboration. But I believe that for all of us, COVID has given us a new marketing opportunity that many of us would not have embraced had COVID not happened, and that is Zoom or other platforms that allow us to create and be in a community. Like right now, if we were not doing this, we were doing our normal teleconference kind of a thing, I just don't believe we make the connection that I get to see Marty behind her sign, and I get to see Lucy's face and Michelle's. Like there's something about our physicalness that I believe brings us closer together. So one of the things I thought we could do today is talk about Zoom and talk about applications for each of us. Experience this weekend because of Pookie's relationship with what's the name of it? Peace?
Global.
I can't remember the name of it, Marty.
Global
Can you
Unity.
unmute?
Or Unity Earth? You're freezing. So
Unity. I gotta let you guys know, I paid extra to get Spectrum's business line, and I'm still unstable. I'm telling you that I'm very frustrated right now. I've lost the internet twice this morning while we're talking, and I'm paying for their business service. So,
How far, hey Karen, how far is your route?
that said, I still believe in Zoom next to me, so I could have it next to me upstairs. So there's no distance excuse anymore.
I was gonna say,
Before,
if you're not on the lower level and you're upstairs, that shouldn't be a big deal then.
no, I'm upstairs and they put it upstairs. Put it right next to me. It's less than 5 feet from me. So don't worry about it. I'm just still saying that if you see me freeze or whatever, I made the choice to add this business line so I wouldn't do that, and it's still doing it, so bear with me. But I want to talk about, like Marty's experience this past week, and I want us to all think about Zoom for ourselves and Zoom for the others on the call. Like, Jenny Grace, the work you like to do, storytelling, how can we use Zoom to promote you to do that? Marty, but you want to talk, Marty, about Unity? I'm sorry, some words don't flow off my lips. So, Sheva, what was it? Unity piece?
World Unity Week is what just happened, and it was put on by Unity Earth. But they used Zoom in a way that was just beyond my imagination. They had a 1 full week of having seminars back to back. So wherever anyone was in the world, if you tuned in, they were linked in, and you were going to find someone in their Zoom room, or either on the main stage or their breakout rooms or what have you, and they were presenting. Now, they have something that's coming up that's even bigger, and that's going to happen September 19th through the 21st. So it's just a weekend, but it's going to be a even bigger impact in terms of how many their reach and everything. The whole point of Unity Week was to launch what they're getting ready to do in September. And so this leaves room and opportunity for others to come on board and be a part of that. But what I loved about it, it reminded me of, and I know you all will probably remember, Jerry Lewis Telethon. Remember how the Jerry Lewis Telethon would come on for a couple of days, and it'd start early in the morning and it wouldn't end into the evening of the following day. And you, no matter whenever you tuned in, you were going to find somebody either performing or speaking or donating. And that's what this reminded me of, but on a Zoom. So I am one of those people. I rebuke internet. I'm like, no, I can't do this. This is not my comfort zone. I'm an entertainer. I'm hands-on. I'm in your face. I'm touchy-feely. And so this right here just didn't do it for me. But I started small, by doing Moments with Dr. Marty every Tuesday and Thursday. And that gave me the comfort level that I needed to now show up. And had I not done that, let me just say this about what Karen is saying about Zoom. Had I not done that in advance to get myself out of that uneasiness, I don't believe that last Friday I would have shown up in the manner that I did. So whatever it is that you're feeling, wherever the discomfort is, take it one step at a time, little by little, and before you know it, you're going to overcome it, and we will continue to grow in this Zoom world.
So Michelle, I can see you doing, short things about image and bras. You could be and post those out there, maybe even interviewing other people that are dealing with image,
That's what I wanted to
Lucy,
ask
you
guys,
could be
right?
doing.
I need help with how I'm going to get the customer to me, right? Because it's just not. So I just got a CRM tool and we dumped 1,400 names in. And so when we did the little thing today, I said, okay, I also attended something that said, if you sell $150 in commission sales every day, you can walk away from a $50,000 a year job. Now, I know that sounds low, maybe to some, but to me, I had a $50,000 a year job at one point in my life, and I could live perfectly comfortable. If something greater is great, but to start there. So I really think I need to just, I was going to work that list and get on the phone and kind of regroup with those people and see if I could get some virtual, but I need to do something like you've done, Marty, with regards to happen on, where it's a regular thing. They expect to see me. And I have list of topics out the gazoo,
I want to do a commercial for you, Michelle. I think you having someone to help to market your line and what you're doing could also be beneficial.
Right.
And and I will do that for you for free because of how you and Jenny came to my aid when my daughter was sick. God is putting that on my heart to do for you. We'll figure out how we can get that done. But if there's a way that I can do a commercial wearing your bra,
My bra.
and letting it, because two things. I was super huge at one time up top, super huge. So I understand the benefit of having a good foundation on up top. It was I was so top heavy as well as bottom heavy. I looked like the letter S, and I went to the doctor. I was like, hey, what can you remove today? And they was like, well, we can definitely do a breast reduction. And I had ended up with a lot of back issues because I let it go on for so long and not having that good foundation. A lot of times in bras, we buy what's on sale and not necessarily what's good for us. Because of that, I end up having to have a breast reduction and I feel a lot better. But what I can market is to say, I don't want anyone to have to go to the extreme of what I had to choose. This is a foundation that I endorse and I wish I had it.
Right.
Too. So I would love to speak that on your behalf.
And because I'm doing the customized, the made to measure for her, that's all the more reason as well, that it's for her measurements.
Yeah.
So I want to share something with you guys. A few years ago, I had this idea of a service that I called Authentic Testimonial Marketing. And what it was doing what Marty just said for Michelle, Jenny has to jump off and she's going to come back just to let you guys know. But when I really love something that somebody's done and I want to share it, how do we do that? We might tell a few people, we might write a testimonial, but if you did a video testimonial and then that person could use it as they can use it as print or audio video. And so I would like to encourage all of us here on this call, like for Becky Boomerschlegel, I could give a testimonial about working with her for events because she is freaking amazing. After today, I probably can be doing a testimonial about perfuming intentions. Lucy for, the visibility and specifically I can say that one person that came out of, and I don't think you owned the paper at the time though, Lucy, but the Woman's Journal introduced Debbie Josendale to my life. So each of us could probably find some measurable, and it isn't about like, I love Jen Hoffman or I love Michelle. Those are not the testimonials I'm looking for, but quantifiable, almost like measurable testimonials. And that's why it was, so I would like us, in fact, with the Zoom, I think it's the perfect place for us to play with doing authentic testimonial marketing. Yes, Sheva, and you're muted.
Yes.
Unmute.
So
Yeah.
that was actually the topic of the Experts for Entrepreneurs this month or last month. And one of the best things to use the video testimonials for is to consider what you've heard clients say as a like why they wouldn't use your service or why they wouldn't want to partake in what you're offering. So if you are able to even go on Zoom and hit record right there and then, you can even do an interview style, because I know sometimes it's hard to go chasing back after clients to get them to do that testimonial. And if they're right there with you on Zoom as a side-by-side interview, then you can actually, provide that question answer type thing and have your testimonial speak to the overcoming obstacles or overcoming resistance.
And am I right, Sheva, what you're talking about is people who were not really wanted to use the people, but what they found when they used them, right? Because you said they didn't want to use them or didn't, what did you say?
Oh, well, like for example, in sales, overcome. So for example, for me, I had one client who said, but I don't wear perfume and I feel like I'm allergic to perfume. But then on the call, she would probably say, well, I didn't realize this was a diffuser and that it's not even on my skin. And it's so much more than just a perfume. I mean, this is, so she can speak to that, how this is about mindset and goal setting. And I didn't realize that that's what this was about when Sheva was originally telling me about this. So that, that overcoming thoughts that might create resistance originally. So like Dr. Marty, your testimonial could be about, I had no idea that something like this would be so easy to implement. The On Gun program, I can't believe we didn't do this sooner. And, so they can overcome those obstacles. Karen's lost her connection, I think.
She's muted. You're muted, Karen.
Yeah, you guys, I got lost again and then I came back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully that right there will give you guys some thoughts or ideas. And I also think that, like the Joy of Goals, we're looking to take the Joy of Goals and create an online, it won't be like maybe the full day, but maybe like 6 sections that they can take the first part and then the second part and the third part. And do it through Zoom, record it. And Lady E, you've got your, probably your own products that you could do that with. Then you're also, with you being part of the John Maxwell team, there's probably some things that you could be doing. So all I wanted us to do was plant seeds around Zoom. I think Zoom has been, I do feel like for me, out of the 2 big blessings I have gotten through going through this pandemic, is that Zoom is my friend and that I can have my dream house without a lot of money. I didn't celebrate that earlier, but Facebook Marketplace has become my friend for inexpensive, really nice furniture, inexpensively to make your house beautiful. All right, so let's now go to our collaboration, and let's start with Sheva. Let's start with you. How can we support you today? What is it? And all of you think of a specific way, either something that you've written down as your goals or whatever, or some, and to me, you might have it written down, but when I say your name, if you think of something completely different that's on your heart, I don't really care what you pick, but if you pick something that we can support you with. So Sheva, what could we as a collective group genius here do to support you, either with perfuming intentions or something else?
So I'm going to piggyback with Marty on this one. Dr. Marty is launching the Ungun Institute this month. And I created a challenge that I would offer a free vision hour session, free intention session for someone who's committed to the idea of Ungun and is not exactly sure in what way they can be involved or what their role would be, or like if they felt too overwhelmed, what they could do for that very first baby step and what their mantra is, so that that is something achievable and doable. But I, you know, like
You're trying to help people to have a vision to be.
Say that again. Oh, she kind of froze up. That's okay.
Am I back?
Yes, you're here.
Ah, this is gonna drive me nuts. Okay, it's not gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna flow with it. But
Reverse thinking.
Gun, it's about be the change, right? And I'm gonna be one of them. So how do we support you? And so one of the things that I often do, and I'll throw this out to, you know, the 6 others, because that's me and you, but share it on Facebook that Sheva is offering a free coaching session on how to be the change, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it might be around Ungun, it could be something else, but you're going to be a coach for Be the Change. Like, to me, that's like pretty freaking amazing that I'm sitting there and I don't have an idea of how I can be the change, but I could reach out and learn from you. I'm not learn, explore, right?
Yeah, because
relationship of exploration.
It can be overwhelming, and there's a lot to do, but we all can start somewhere.
Each person can do something.
Yeah, and so I also want to piggyback Dr. Marty's Ungun Institute as donations. It's like if they like this service, they can donate to the Institute and
wow,
help get it off the ground that way.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. So if you would be willing to post that ad on your Facebook, you know, just
I wouldn't call it an ad. Can we reframe? An ad sounds like selling to me. If you would share my post.
My post and my challenge, yes.
And I'm going to ask, as a part of the Gateway community, would each of you be willing to do that for Sheva? Just share what Sheva's up. Okay. I think I've got nods. I think I've got nods from everybody. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's see, Marty, what can we do to support you with all that's on your plate right now?
Wow. I would love for each of you all to name an item that you would be interested in purchasing. I am looking in the next 30 days, along with Ungun, getting some products and marketing materials or what have you available for the public. But I have a hard time figuring out what people would actually want to purchase. I mean, when you think about items that we could make available, that's a lot. So
give like 5 examples, like a T-shirt, like a hat.
Yeah, but it just seems like it's the same things all the time. So is there something that really stands out to each of you all? One item that if you know, that it went global and we made it available, that you would be interested in purchasing? That kind of.
You're talking about like marketing merchandise?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like specialty.
Some kind of bracelet,
Oh,
I think.
a bracelet.
Yeah. So if it's, you know how I just seen the other day, I was reading to my mom last night that they had a gold bracelet, a green one, and a red one. And they said when people come back to work, employees could pick which color because people don't want to talk about COVID. So you would understand from which bracelet they had what their stance
What they
was like,
experienced.
you know.
Mhm.
But I just think if there was something that if we were all wearing, it meant we're on board. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it?
You know what, Michelle, I'm really liking that, and I'll tell you why. Because when you think about where people are in their trauma, I think I was talking to Sheva yesterday that it's almost like a storm. Some people are in a storm, some people coming out of the storm, and somebody's on their way into one. You know what I mean? And so when you think about trauma, it's that same thing. Are you really overloaded with trauma in this very moment, or today is it pretty much a good day for you?
Right.
Or, you know, are you facing some things maybe next week that you can almost foresee that storm coming? So if you had those 3-color bracelets based off of whatever your mood might be that day, you could put that on, and that almost is a way for us to have that common core language, Sheva,
Right.
that we're talking about, that shows without saying what you're feeling.
Yeah.
And that right there could offer something. Like if you see someone with red on, a red bracelet may indicate I'm overwhelmed today. I'm overwhelmed. And if you see someone with a red bracelet, you may not be so invasive to ask how you do, what's going on with you or what happened, but you may just make sure you take that extra step to speak to that person, because just saying hello very well could be the turnaround for them. Just seeing them. I like that, Michelle. Michelle, you get 2 light up hearts, lit up hearts. Yeah.
Well, and I have to share with you that I really was in tears during your talk, Dr. Marty Casey, and I love you so much. And you were hitting my trauma bullets, honestly. And then I had a 40-minute conversation with my son this past Saturday, and he's like, Mom, I get to be cynical as a nurse. And I said, because I'm always positive, right? Trying to show the silver lining. And I said, okay, well, tell me more about that. And he says, well, I just told you. He says, we are treating heroin addicts regularly. And he said, it's a process where we know that they're going to use dirty needles. And when they use dirty needles, they end up in our ward. And then they need heart surgery because it's a bacterial infection that infects like the aorta, a major valve in their heart. And then after the surgery, they're with BJC. In this case, he works at BJC, but then they're with us for 6 weeks on intravenous antibiotics. So he says, we're not a rehabilitation center. We're nurses for a hospital. And I said, and so when you see the behavior repeat, we got to stop. Your whole purpose of what your talk last week was, or this past weekend was, it's the human race. It has nothing to do, it's all of us. All of us have these things.
Feelings
So,
and
like, what do you do to get over it, right? It's emotional stuff. It's emotional baggage that causes it. All these addictions, whether it's food, shopping, all of it, you know?
Yes, you are so right. And thank you. And I tell you something else real quick. I love those 3 bracelets. The rest of you, if you would like to name something, you can, but I think Michelle just hit it on the head. I really do. But I also would like to say, because of that, Michelle, if any of you all would be interested in doing a Zoom to where I help you to ungun, to understand what ungunning is, I would be more than happy to do that with you all. The more I can have those little private sessions, it will help Sheva and I to really spell out my vision. I did this with her and the team yesterday, and it was like the best thing that we could have done. And I would like to do a couple of more of those.
Well, it is what holds us back, or it causes us to do the wrong, pick bad choices and go down the wrong lane, right? So, and we know that it's around Christ.
let's come back to, so you now have one great option. Do you need other ideas as well?
If someone else has anything they would like to say, I'm writing them down. I would love that. Anybody else?
Anybody else with something they like, that they would, can you guys hear me? It's been, okay,
Yeah, we can hear you.
plus you guys now like 2 or 3 more times. It's just, it's frustrating, but I'm gonna smile. Lady E, do you have anything in your mind that, and the time went out, but we're gonna go ahead and give a little bit, if anybody just has a one-line item?
Yeah, I was just thinking the water bottles that keep your drink cool for 24 hours. It can be a smaller one or a larger one. They are really with the logo. Do you have a logo?
Do.
Okay, with the logo on it. Because you see people walk around with that. I don't know that people get enough of them. That's the only thing. That's something I'm getting ready to order for mine. So.
And I would say that one of the things about an item like that is a more PR marketing, and people would ask, what is it? You know, ask me about Ungone or something like that. Becky, what about you? Quick, if you have.
I'm a big t-shirt girl.
Okay.
I think it's one of the best forms, yeah.
Any particular style of t-shirt, Becky? Just the traditional?
Yeah, just a good quality cotton t-shirt.
Okay.
And maybe incorporate or have significance in the colors that you choose. I haven't, I mean, just kind of finding a way to connect it.
Match them up with those bracelets.
With the bracelets, you pick up the bracelet colors and have that part of your logo somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for those of us that are not the way we really want to be, Nancy Nix Rice or Nancy Litznell talks about V-neck t-shirts are more flattering for round faces. So a V-neck, I will not wear a t-shirt if it doesn't have a V-neck because my face is so round.
Yeah, and large bust.
I will not wear it.
The V-neck is better for large bust too.
This is my V-neck today.
Okay, what about you, Lucy? Any thoughts before we go to the next person?
Thoughts about Dr. Marty's thing, or
Yeah.
just in general? Okay.
No.
Well, this may be more time consuming than it's worth, but since Ungone is really about, not being nonviolent and peace, that maybe doing holiday cards with that people could purchase from there, and with the sort of peace on earth message. I mean, I don't know if I can't tell you about where to find an artist and where to find a printer who does that kind of thing, but I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
I love that, Lucy.
Yeah,
And I would say, what about your kids, the kids that have gone through the trauma programs?
They can draw and see
And
the
then-
art part. Do you see the?
Yes.
yeah.
And the Post-Dispatch, listen to me. So the Post-Dispatch every year does a big thing where they show the cards that local organizations are selling, Marty.
Yeah.
And if you could
God,
find
you
a-
guys are amazing.
Okay, so here's what my challenge for you to do would be to find a printer that would donate the printing because they believe in the cause.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to pay for the envelopes because they may out order them, or maybe even pay the paper cost. But what printer cares enough about our community that they will say, I will print them at no cost so that you can do that?
And use like an organization like BNI, or somebody with a directory of printers too, people that do that kind of work, because there's not, outside of the big box stores, there's not a lot of people that do that kind of work.
Well, there actually is. As far as printers here in St. Louis, there are a lot.
Are there pretty many?
There really are. Yeah. And in fact,
I knew of one for
But I think, but I think if we said, what printers do you know? Or Marty says, hey, can you ask for printers that might, care about, and if, who, I don't know if he can help you, but Kevin Chambers, Joe Rossi's boyfriend, he may know of some printers.
Hmm.
Do you know who I'm talking about? I introduced him way
yeah.
you.
I do.
Kevin with a C.
podcast stuff from.
Okay.
But yeah,
Right,
great.
right.
Thank you, everybody.
But there are a lot of planners. All right. Becky, what can we do to support you right now?
I feel like I'm just in an area of self-discovery, and I've taken a huge step with the coaching piece, hoping to gain some clarity, because I've been very overwhelmed, and I've just got all of these different, you should see my dining room, sheets of paper with all these different ideas. So I'm hoping this coaching goes through like the beginning of September. And so I think I see this as a self-discovery time and trying to consolidate.
Awesome.
I don't know at this point how anybody can help yet.
Awesome. But you're working.
I'm just trying to be a sponge.
What type of coaching, Becky?
It's Habit Finder coaching. I took an assessment. So it kind of, laid out where my strengths were, where my weaknesses were. And I'm going through with a group just to try to kind of hone in. And one of the things, ironically, was connecting with the importance of connecting with people and hearing their story and where I fell in that spectrum. And so showing up today was a huge thing for me, because it's, I didn't know what to expect. I've had a challenge. I haven't been showing up because I didn't feel like I had anything to offer to anybody. And so this is a step in being able to move forward for me and to make those connections.
You're not the only one in my world right now, and that's somebody who's part of CPW, and I'm not going to say who it is, but they do not, because they've made a change in their business, they do not feel they have value to bring to a meeting. With your experience with the zoo, you bring like 100 years of knowledge and information, but we kind of think if we don't have our package, we can't show up. But you're a giver. When you're on the call, you're giving, right? Like and these are needed to hear your story about your health. Am I right, Lady E? And so not showing up today would have deprived her of that.
Right.
So thank you for being here. I love you.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Lucy, how can we support you? Unmute.
Unmute.
Unmute first. Lucy, unmute. Lucy, unmute.
I always screw that up. And I
we all do.
muted myself because there's all kinds of weird ambient noise going on here. And then I start chatting away and, with it still muted. Anyhow, it's my usual stuff. I want more people to be aware of the Women's Journal and what we do. And like the Journal's Facebook page, or take a look at our new website where you can sign up for my email list or to get a paper subscription. Or also, I just appreciate being able to go to these things and get feedback and know that I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that sounds so emo, but I meant as a person who has a very small company, sometimes I am doing a lot of things on my own, and it gets kind of tiring sometimes and discouraging.
Well, I want to suggest that all of us, if we're willing, for you to post something on Gateway to Dreams website and tag.
Okay.
And if you can't tag, like if you're not connected to Lady E or to somebody, put their name and I will tag them. But let's share this. Oh, wait a minute. Chev is showing me something and I don't know what that means, but you're showing the page?
Oh, that's the website.
Yeah, the mobile version of it.
Okay, so we could take though, and if we take all of us, the thing that they used to say years ago, and it is no longer true, that is each person knows about 250 people. Because of social media, I would say it's 10 times that. I would say we all probably know 2,500 or more, but let's just, a few hundred people. If we all share it, it doesn't mean that's going to be seen by everyone on our Facebook page, but we are helping Lucy get the word out. So I'm going to ask of all of you, like I ask of Sheva, will you share it? will you share? I just heard this noise and I'm like, what is that noise? Oh, it's raining out here in St. Charles County.
Wow.
It just stopped. Okay, whatever. Sorry. Squirrel, I guess. It's like, what's that going on here? But let's do that for Lucy. Share, she's got her
I'm
new
happy to
website.
share.
Yeah.
Harriet,
You're back.
Thank you.
So we can do that, right? Anything else we can do? And I forgot to set the timer. I apologize.
Hey, Lucy, have you lost,
Yeah.
have you lost any circulations with the COVID thing? Like you put it in
Well,
grocery stores, I know, but like.
Actually, quite a lot, actually, because I put it in places where people gather, and they're not gathering much anymore.
Right.
In fact, for the current issue, I'm just doing articles and advertising online. And the issue before, I had an issue that went out to my email subscribers, but it was just, it was essentially the paper, but I did not have physical copies of it, just the electronic copy. So yeah, I have lost a lot of subscribers and momentum because, like I said, it's given out where people gather, people stop gathering, and of course no one wants to advertise in a paper where nobody's gonna see it.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's been a struggle.
And
Which
do you have an electronic, like Sheva was holding something up. Do you have an electron, is it on an app? No.
Well, it's,
It shows the publication.
what exactly do you mean?
Well, I was
It's
just wondering,
hard.
you know how like St. Louis Business Journal has gone to electronic and the
Yeah,
Foot
it's
Gadget is electronic. It's like they all want us to read it online and we still want to hold it,
Ah, okay.
right?
she has
Oh,
both.
yes, people can,
She has both,
yeah,
Michelle.
people can do
Okay.
that. There's a,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can- I just want to say that one thing, Lucy, which is because I live in a building where there's a lot of elderly people and they're not going out.
Right.
And how much
Mhm.
they would be so excited if somebody brought them physical newspapers and put it in their
Yes.
lobby. We would all grab them, especially if they were free. So
okay.
there's a lot of apartment buildings with older people. I know there are because I just know there are because they're around me, and we would grab them because we're looking for something new to look at and look
Do they
through.
have security to get in there? Do they have to have a way to get into the lobby?
No.
Awesome.
Most of these places you do if you want to get into the resident area, but the mailboxes are almost always on the outside of the secure area.
Mhm.
And
Awesome.
and there's always a place to put things.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
Might need permission.
Well, I will go.
That sounds like a great idea.
Oh, I always get permission. I just don't have them dumped in some place because, not everybody wants it. But yeah, I definitely ask for permission before I do anything. So I will start looking at apartment buildings with lobbies. That was brilliant.
And
Okay.
then content, are you finding enough content and writers and things?
Oh, she's always.
I'm doing okay in terms of content, yeah. Just need to find a way to make more money at it, especially since it's online. So I charge a great deal less for online advertising than for print for obvious reasons. Jenny, can I have the name of the apartment building you were the specific one you were talking about, and I can call the manager?
Put it in the
There
Okay,
is
sure.
actually no manager. There's really no manager. There is a property. Oh gosh.
Jenny, can you put that in the chat so we can go to the next person? The name of your,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know the information right now, so Lucy, just contact me and we'll talk.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, Lady E, what can we do for you today? How can we support you?
You already have.
Well, is there anything else we might be able to do?
No, well, I'm always all over the place because I live in my head. So that's a constant, thing with
It's
me.
an awesome opportunity. You're blessed. You're blessed.
I am. I have to say this, pat myself on the back. I have a phenomenal creative mind. and I'm always coming up with ideas, and they're witty and they're bright, and just separating my thoughts and turning off the noise here so I can get this done there. That's my, so then I won't say I finally got something done, because I'll work on 10 things at one time, you know, and
I can relate. You know, when you're creative, and the thing that I was realizing about myself is I see things done. I don't see them like like for people who can't see things done, I see them done. So it's like, why can't we do it in 5 minutes instead of 5 weeks, you know? So I understand.
yes.
All right, what can we do to support you?
Who?
Michelle Petrel.
Oh, it was me? Sorry. I thought it was Jenny. I was going to go last, because I'm always getting
Huh?
out there. What I wrote down in our little time away was the whole thing of how I can just start getting some business, because, you know, I don't really want to go back to full-time employment, but I'm concerned because, you know.
So Michelle, you told me, or you told us, did you put in 1,200 names? How many names did you put in? Okay.
Like 1,200 to 1,400 in my database, yeah.
Okay, so let's just say 20% of those. 20%. Can you make a list to start calling those people and doing a survey about bras, and that and have 3 questions for them? You know, do you have trouble finding bras? What is the price? You know, like, but it's your opportunity not just to do a survey, but to make a connection. And I owe you the $100 because I want to be in on the ground floor of your company. I want to be one of the ones that you can say, Karen Hoffman helped launch and she got a bra.
Well, I would love, you know, because I told you that when I went to that Driven program, so I went to the Driven program, you all, and for those of you who don't, I know you all know I do bras, right? But it was proposed to me that because I'm not making, it's not a sense of urgency. A woman isn't urgent about buying a proper fitting bra.
Unless she's got an event coming up.
Yeah, so there is she's more about, she'll buy the clothes. Well, the clothes, we're not going to sell her the clothes if the bra isn't in the right, if her breasts aren't in the right place, okay? So I was told, have you thought of image consulting? Half that conference were showing up in baseball hat, t-shirt. I'm like, show up. Who's going to work with you? You know, or it's a real estate agent and she's got this jacket and her hair's, you know, so it's like you need to, so I would like if you guys would refer somebody to me that would just, and I would do it as a complimentary or like a minimum, you know, charge, maybe 20, 25 bucks. Hey, will you just give Michelle the experience to maybe do, like Marty said, some sort of testimonial around it?
Like Danica Moss used to do?
Yeah, right. Like where I'm helping them.
Is that what you want to do though? Because I'm sorry, when I heard that, I thought it sounded like an okay idea. But I've known you as the woman passionate about bras and the way they fit, and women who have had breast surgery and cancer. And I
am, but it's not reaching yet, Karen.
But I'm sorry, I don't think you're doing the right work yet. So I love you, but I'm saying I don't know if you're doing the right work. Are you picking up the phone and calling Karen Hoffman? I'm sorry, you guys. So I'm beating her up, and I love her. But then you called me and said, Karen, you said you wanted to do the bra thing. Will you go ahead? Here's my PayPal account. What do you know? And get 20 of us, get 30 of us. We love you. You're not asking.
I know.
Is anybody else on the call say you are not asking?
I'm ready to purchase mine today.
I'm ready.
Oh, same
Ready,
here,
Michelle.
definitely.
I will be so upset with you. I will be so upset with you next.
What's your Cash App, Michelle?
My
Michelle,
Cash App? Well, I haven't set anything up on Venmo, but I have PayPal.
you can't make a decision. I'm sorry, you cannot make this decision to go off in another direction till you try to do what you say you want to do. And I love you, but right now, I'm telling you, next month when you're on the call, if you haven't followed up with me and Marty, who else raised their hand for the bra? Okay, there's on this call, there are several of us, and I want to make sure we get all of them. Michelle, Sheva raised her hand. Lady E raised her hand. Marty raised her hand. Jenny raised her hand.
I want to ask her a question. May I?
Yeah.
Michelle, what will your bras be selling for?
Well, I want to put one together, but we initially landed on for $100. It will allow me to have the bra made. I want to package it.
No.
Rotary logo.
Wait a minute.
And I
That's
want
an investment.
Complete work, not while you're building and all of that. I want to know, what are you going to charge? If once you get all of that, do you know how much you would charge? Not me as a CPW or a Gateway to Dreams member, but just somebody off the street. What would your price point be for
You're landed.
a bra? What would your retail price be?
my landed cost. Yeah, if I would love for it to stay around what they run, $80, let's say.
$80?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's because we're going to make it for her. And my developer has said it means that I would have multiple patterns, in my system by the developer, because we won't be able to take one model. We want to be able to make it for her. So then it's like me storing your personal pattern. So if you go up or down in weight, you come to me and we just adjust,
It's a customized bra, Michelle. It is a customized bra.
I just wanted to know, because I didn't want to send you less than what your work is worth.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But I want one because, and I will say this, once you get all of the ducks in the row, with your retail, the Cash App, the saying this is what we do definitively. I know it's definitively the bra, but when everything is ready to go, I have a group of ladies called Imagery, and we did a breast cancer awareness event several years ago. And our theme was celebrating the tatas and embracing the woman within. When I have my Zoom meetings, it's nothing but ladies on there. I will show them my Tiggo bitties. I will show them me with your bra on. So I'm offering to you to let you see my Tiggo bitties, size me up, make me a bra, and I will literally give them a show. But I can't, once you get everything together.
Well, I am setting the goal, Karen Hoffman, to get a prototype done by the end of July. I'm giving
Can I interject?
Yeah.
I think would be even more exciting is if Lady E would be willing to, on the Zoom call with her ladies, to demonstrate what a Zoom fitting would look like.
That would be great.
So then your ladies could see, oh, that's not so bad. Why would I bother going all the way to the shop and having to be in person when I could measure myself and she's going to walk me through it?
Yeah, they love the virtual. Honestly, that's gone over really well.
Michelle,
It really has.
I think that would
ladies
really.
are looking for something to look at, laugh at, because everybody's about to pull their hair out right about now. So we just need something that's not only entertaining, but something that'll help us. And I know that there are some of them that goes to Ann's Bra Shop, which I don't know. I've never been there, but from what I hear, she's pretty expensive. I don't know what that is, but just to let them know that you're out there and you're available. I would love to do that.
I believe, and I actually need to talk to you probably one-on-one. Have you done anything with Amy Lemire yet, Michelle? Part of her assessment is to know the habits that are good, our internal habits that work for us, and our habits that sabotage us. I love you to death, and I believe there's some sabotage for yourself.
There is, and I am working. I am working with somebody we're gonna try to dig deep on that. Yeah.
Okay, well, Amy does the assessment for free and a one-on-one, and then if you go deeper than that, you pay. But I would love for you to, and she might even, if she needs a bra, maybe there's something there you guys can do. But I love you to death, and I do not, like, I feel like right now I'm hearing you say, I don't really think I can make the bra thing go. I need to go in another direction.
Well, it's just that I could still talk. What they said to me, Karen, is that the bra in my book would be
I got it. I really do got it. I really do get it. But I think that what I've heard you talk about so much is more about bras and women and not image. Like that.
Women aren't as passionate about it as I am, and I can't get it to be. I'm like, I want this.
You are being stubborn. Listen to you. Who else on this call saw everybody raise their hand?
Ungun Karen, ungun.
Yep.
Ungun Karen.
Session with Dr. Marty Casey, and then I'll move on.
Ungun. But I just want to jump in and say, Michelle, if you could link up with someone that could even embroidery on the bra and put people's initials. I think that would even make it, more in terms of custom. I would love to have a custom bra that I know is made just for me with my initials in it. You know what I'm saying? My name is so that won't add a whole lot more, but it definitely would add a lot more value in terms of why someone would want to personally purchase that, because that's my bra. See, my name's in it. That's the one that's made specifically for me, and I wear that when I have on my good suits or my whatever. So that's one thing.
You
and then
just wear it every day because it's yours. And
but you know what I'm saying? It would just set it apart from any other bra that you can go and get purchased anywhere else. This one here has your custom initials in it. That's one thing.
Love by Michelle.
Yes, by Michelle. And then the other thing I'm hearing is Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Here in Shark Tank. And so I think kind of like what Lady E was saying, once you get to that place and you're ready to do that, what we can do is bring in enough Zoom parties for you to start presenting to our base. You selling those bras right away. You collect that data and those numbers. And then I want you to apply for Shark Tank, because what you are actually doing, it's that you are helping women to become confident. You're helping them to, in my mind, ungun anything that we do that helps somebody feel better about themselves. It's simple things, especially when you tap into the senses and the emotions. That's what I do. And I feel like I would so sell your product. And I feel like you should be a part of what I'm doing in that collaboration, because it speaks to that.
Okay. And we'll have a specific one that has the Ungun logo on it.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, that's cool. Do one with Ungun on it.
I know, right? I love it.
I want one with my logo on it. It's called Defy Limits.
5 limits. Okay.
You know what else you could do is people's like if they have a phrase that's really close to their heart, like an intention, or
like even to put it on the label inside the bra,
Write it close to your heart.
Right.
Like, intention. What's your intention? And have it like printed on the inside, so.
Those are other little things that take it to another level. Have I ungunned enough to go on to the next person, Michelle?
Yes, you have. I'm so proud of you, sister.
I love Michelle so much. Right now, I am like feeling the burn, because I know that she has within her to do this. And I believe that there's something blocking her. All right, let's see.
Burning desire.
I have for Michelle. I don't know that much about your bra, but I'm wondering, are you basing it off of like one specific type of design, or will you be able to create things? For example, I wear a racer back. I can't wear the ones the way my shoulders are. Will there be options for things like that, or even a good personalized sports bra?
Yeah, so here's the thing. that I said this in one of the tapestry meetings years ago that kind of planted with me is, you know, you've heard of Build a Bra with Maxine Clark.
Build a bear, not bra.
Build a bear. So I want to build a bra. And so the build a bra will be that I start with a certain style, but I will, based upon the woman, will pick out the side panels. There'll be details that she can pick out, you know, for the bra based upon that's my long vision. That
And I would use the
July
word,
31st.
instead of pick out, I would use the word, and we customize it. You know, we allow them to pick out and we customize it. Just, you know,
Right.
important. Okay, let's go to Jenny. Jenny, how are we going to support you today?
I think the best thing is if somebody could, as a group, help me create an action, what is it called? So you give them all this material and you help people call to action. That's the word. I'm having difficulty with the wordsmithing of a call to action, because I send out blogs regularly. I have them on social media. I have Janine Clontz putting them in a variety of places. People say they like them. I had a woman tell me my blogs helped her get through an entire year. So I know that there's the receptiveness to it is there, but not a call to action to actually have somebody call me and say, hey, I really would like to talk to you.
Do you have a call me today for a complimentary or free anything? Do you have
Yeah, like, so a free 30-minute consultation or coaching session on this topic. Yeah. So
I wonder about any assessment or anything that you could create where somebody could take it online, kind of like Amy Lemire is able to do. She has, you know, something that you can do online and then be on a call rather than me get on a kind of a random call without my direction, but specific to what you do, Jenny. I'm just wondering.
no, I did too. And I asked Janine about assessments and she said, well, her opinion was that they weren't necessarily useful, but I still think they are useful. But is there a software product where you can create this?
I would think that there is, but I know Beth Chesterton might be able to give me, I'll reach out to Beth and ask her, because I know that she does them professionally, but software would be awesome.
May I ask a question?
Yes. Yeah.
You're talking about to be able to do an assessment, and you basically need a template, and you just fill in the information. Is that correct? Is that
Yeah.
what you're doing? Okay, go to, oh my God. I just uploaded, I'm doing another workbook right now. And it's called Creative Market, and Creative Market has all kinds of templates for ebooks, for workbooks, and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's very inexpensive. And I purchased one last week for this one book that I'm doing now for my Morning to Morning, my grief support group, because I'm actually writing out a program, creating a program for that, for mothers who's lost their children. And in the one that I have, I literally saw pages for assessments where you just fill it out. You be creative in Canva. You can do it yourself. You just, you know, but you have it looks very professional.
Okay, if you find that, can you send the link? I just Googled create online assessment tool, and immediately there were ads that popped up. I haven't gone down, but there's one called Gradescope. There's online assessment creation. There's online assessment tools. So create online assessments. Hippo quiz, an online assessment test and exam tool. Assessment maker or generator. Marty, this would also be good for you. This an assessment tool for ungun.
Writing down what you all are saying, but I have a suggestion for Jenny also.
Okay.
So to a call to action, Jenny, it depends. Okay, whatever you might be blogging about, that I don't know, is it weekly? Is it monthly?
It's generally monthly.
Okay, so whatever you blogging about monthly, I'm just let's give me an example of something you're blogging about. Give me.
So, well, this month I plan on talking about freedom.
Talking about freedom.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm using that as this is what's coming off the top of my mind. You're friends with an activist that is really fighting for freedom of everyone here in the city of St. Louis. That friend happens to be Dr. Marty K. Casey. So your blog would be, you say what you need to say, and for follow-up, if you would like an opportunity to be on a Zoom call with myself and Dr. Marty K. Casey, so that you can speak more about freedom or ask your questions pertaining to that, please contact me at. And so therefore what you're doing, you're getting them to contact you, but you're linking them up with an additional service, so to speak. So what you want to do in each of your blogs, you want to make sure you're offering us an additional service that will cause them to have to reach back out to you to get that second part, that second arm, if you will.
Okay.
So you don't give them everything in your blog, basically. You're saying now, also, if you are interested in, be sure to contact me, and then that's when you give them that other part. So it depends upon what you're blogging. Each month you'll have to figure out what that additional service is, but then that's the offer, and that will get them for the call to action to follow up with you. And what happens then, you're creating now that, you're creating that connection, that ongoing connection with them.
Okay.
Does that help? I mean, does it make sense?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
sure.
Actually, I think taking what Marty's saying with you using Zoom to do interviews of other people, way to set you up as a center of influence, and you get known by interviewing others as well. Anybody else with thoughts about an action? Okay, Sheva has something.
Well, I'm launching at the end of the month a podcast called Sensory Focus. And I would love to interview Jenny and have it be something that could move into a call to action, perhaps.
Thank you. That sounds fun.
Then we can promote that way as well.
One of the things about us interviewing other people is we can be the call to action. In the Bible, I don't remember what the scripture is. I used to have it in the front of my day timer, not by your mouth, but by others. So if I say Marty Casey rocks, it's different than Marty saying I rock. And the same thing when we're doing these interviews, at the end of interviews and at the beginning of interviews and during the middle, you really need to reach out. If you want more peace in your life, you want to reach out to Jenny Grace and get her blog and set a time to talk with her. And that's something for us right now on the YCB call. We can all be that for each other. You know, so I'd love to have you on and interview you once you have taken money and started to get the bra out there, but you know what you're doing and letting people know, and then it can get, you know, you can post it on Facebook. We can replay these. One of the things I don't like to do is waste time. And to me, when we do a Zoom call that we can share, we have just maximized our time. We have just taken two people and we both get maximized. If I'm interviewing Lady E and she shares it with her group, they get to know about me. If I get to share it for Lady E, they get to know about Lady E. So for all of us, I talked about Zoom being our friend today. I think that what Sheva is doing with her new program could be helpful.
And Jenny, can you, your clients that you work with or that you've coached? Because I assume you want to coach, right? Is that what you're going for?
Well, so I have two things. I want to speak on the topic. So I want to do that. I definitely want to speak in front of a group because I like that and provide like a workshop environment. And I also want to work one-on-one.
Okay, so it would be helpful because I still can't get my head around what your ideal client looks like. And
So my ideal client,
I need to know who partakes today. Like, have you profiled that person to give us
so
traits?
individually, I would say my ideal client is 40 years old and over, a woman who is making a transition in their life and feels called to do something different than she's been doing and needs clarity, needs to clarify what that is.
Okay.
And then the other ideal client would be an event planner or a decision maker for people in the Judeo-Christian community.
You know, I had an idea that I'll talk to you offline about, Jenny, but years ago, and I don't remember who it was, if it was Rosemary Britz or someone else, but we were talking about taking the Joy of Goals workshop and turning it into a scripture-based, instead of the quotes that I use scripture.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
So why don't we talk about that for me and you?
Yeah.
I love that. That is all,
Good.
that's my passion.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That you could be one of the licensed leaders of, and help us when we do the training on that, the Christian, I don't know that I want to use the Christian, you know, whatever word we use, but, you know, one that is,
I just say biblical because
okay.
like I have a huge Jewish family and then I also have a huge, you know, or I have Christian Science family. So I have a lot of people and I just call them all one.
I think spiritual based is
Spiritually
probably the most
based, yeah,
appropriate.
spiritually based.
So one of my guy friends, and I didn't ever reach out to him, and you might be the best person. Maybe this is why I didn't reach out to him, but he had offered to take my book and convert my quotes into more ones that were from the Bible. Like, because I use, you know, like, I don't know, but I use quotes than biblical quotes. But if we took the workbook and, you know, what does the Bible say about celebration? What does the Bible say about joy? I know that those are important. I'm not a good scripture person, but Jenny, this may be a perfect playground for you.
Oh, I love that. I love anything to do with scripture.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Thank you all.
Did I forget anyone? Did we cover
Yourself.
Yeah, yourself. How are we going to help you, Karen?
Yeah.
I would love it if you guys would think of who might want to help run the business lodge as a volunteer right now until we, I have realized from COVID that the responsibility of the lodge is, it weighs heavy on me. When I walk in the door, I walk in as it's a home. So I immediately go in and I start cleaning up and putting chairs where they're supposed to be. And because people that use it, they don't have a photographic memory. They don't remember where this was. I go in the bathrooms. I check toilet paper. I mop the floor if we've got spills in the bathroom. I would love to find someone that that would like that as a bit of responsibility. I know it sounds like a crazy thing, so I'm just going to throw that out there. You guys might know someone who, and right now we don't have the money to pay. Our income has been down from COVID because we don't do our face-to-face events. We only have our membership, and then with us not being able to do our impact awards on April 30th. I mean, this is it's not our worst year financially, but it is not our best year financially. We are
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I think that as part of the responsibility and commitment to being a member of Gateway to Dreams could be to offer 1 day a month of taking care of the lodge.
Or maybe 2 hours a month, because a lot of people that a day would be too much. But maybe something like that. But yeah, I don't know. What members might be willing to do. But I know for me, this COVID thing has brought me that I really love working out of my home. Part of me, I'm not going to do this because once we are back to being able to be a place where people can come, I want us to have our space again. But right now it's a big expense. We're paying utilities and they raised our rent. So we're paying, we were paying $350 and not all the utilities. Now we're paying $350, $500, all the utilities, and we're not using the space. If we decide to get rid of the space temporarily, we get rid of everything, then we got to buy it again. And we have been, all of that stuff that was donated, we have a beautiful place with beautiful furnishings, I believe. So sustaining it till we find out our new life after COVID. If we find out a year from now, we still can't have face-to-face events, that is going to be so sad. But then we could make a decision. We're all going to be doing things on Zoom. But for now, I want us to keep that space. But I don't.
But there might even be groups like that Trinity's marketing, Danielle Core. Do you know who I'm talking about that you had?
Yeah, she wanted to use it, but she wanted to use it for free.
Oh, well, I was going to say there would be people that would maybe even rent it for their groups.
But see, this is what happens when we start renting. People don't put things back. It starts getting messy. And so for me, our members using it is always going to be my preference, because Marty's going to look at me later and go, oh, Karen, I'm sorry about that. I'll get it next time. Where someone else, if they're using it as a one-off or every, so I have found our members care more about doing what we need. And it's.
But that could be the members signed up, right? Like if we're going to require them 2 hours, they could be there when somebody's there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an idea to explore.
An idea.
For me, I would love to I would love to focus on getting the joy of goals in corporations. I would love to work on these other programs that I want to work on and not be that responsible for the lodge itself. So I'm not saying any of you, but like the idea of maybe we do find volunteers that, and maybe it's someone that we don't charge a membership for them to take responsibility for going in one
I was just going to say that. And a membership drive. Why can't we have, like, Channel 9 does membership drives all the time, and we have such talent. People want to share their talent and do a membership drive. Look,
a membership drive
is shaking her head. She and Ebenezer, oh my gosh, who would want to hear them sing?
I know.
Talent show.
Yeah.
Karen, I think you need to take a picture of each of the spaces so that when people come in, they can look at that picture and see how everything is supposed to go back. I think that's probably part of the issue too, after they rearrange things and they're not in there often enough, they don't remember.
We have it in writing, and we do have some things with pictures, but we need to do a better job. Actually, the E4E group, they actually did that. They took the pictures for us because they use it every month and they wanted to return it to its, but there's things like, and this sounds little, but we don't want any food in there left in the trash. Mm-hmm. And I don't go in for a week and somebody threw, one person, we got like 8 trash cans all over that place. One person leaves something, we can have flies and stuff, so that it's just, people can do like a 90% good, but I walk in there and I'm the woman whose house is messed up. I go right in and start checking, and I don't want that on my brain. I would for my brain to go, that's not yours anymore, Karen. You're going to focus on getting Jenny, Grace, and Joy of Goals working, right? And some other things.
Karen, may I just ask a question?
Absolutely.
And I don't know if I should do this off of here or on here. I don't know if you've ever done a fundraiser. I'm talking about for finances. Have you ever done a fundraiser through Facebook through Network for Good?
We have done a little bit through them,
Um,
but we're not good at it yet.
okay, well, I'm not either, but I put it out there and I'll get 200 sometime, 50 sometime, and the most I've gotten is I got 450. I was really excited about that. So
Yeah, that's a lot.
the other, Gateway to Dreams is a nonprofit organization. Is that correct?
501c3.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just going to put this out. I don't know if you have tapped into the CARES Act. They have the EIDL loans and they have the PPE loans.
Today's the deadline for the PPP, and I supposedly we would qualify, but I don't know how to do that stuff.
Okay, I'm going to send you in your email a link. You can even
Oh, it was yesterday. The deadline was yesterday. I apologize. It was the 30th of June.
That was for the PPE. I don't know, but I'm not sure. The EIDL, I don't know if yesterday.
Send it. Yeah, send it.
I'll send it to you. And I think you might get a hit.
Okay. We
Okay.
have in September, our impact awards, instead of doing it face-to-face, we made the decision to do it online. Marty, you don't know this, but you and I are going to be the hostess. They want us to bling it up, me and you, be at the lodge. And Becky's part of that. And we are looking at doing like a week-long drive auction culminating with the awards.
I'll have to borrow a nice dress from Lady E. She has a bunch of stuff in her closet I'm trying to get to. So as long as she tells me, yes, I can come shop in her closet, we can bling it up.
Girl, I have about 4 different sizes.
I only need one.
Well, I'm sitting there, can I ask Lady E but does she go as big as I go? Because I'm pretty, but I want to thank you guys for the ideas and the thoughts, but that's where I'm at right now is how can we run Gateway in a way that takes less of me for the physical location? Again, part of me has thought about, going ahead and talking to the board about no longer keeping our space, but what that entails when we want to come back, we were going to Spazio and it's I don't remember if it was 12 or 1300, but I don't remember what it was, but you gotta have your food counts and you've gotta, I call it schlep. You gotta schlep your stuff there. You gotta schlep it back. Having CPW in our space there, it's just so convenient. And Becky is our event extraordinaire for the food. And it just was, to me, I don't see any other, my head is saying, don't give up the lot. Just because of what we have going on right now. It's a temporary thing. Again, if we're looking at it, a year from now, or 6 months from now, maybe that we don't know when we can do public gatherings, that's a whole different story. But right now, it is to sustain it in some way, but I would like it not to be me. So that's my only thing. So now what I want to do for us is to go around and see what are your takeaways from the meeting. So Lady E, what's your takeaway for today?
That first of all, I really was encouraged and revisited my commitment to the change that I want to make in my personal body, personally, as far as my health, and that's the personal thing. And then my biggest takeaway is that we're all better together. And when we work with each other, when we lift each other up, and when we really, really are willing to serve each other, with a pure heart, there's nothing that we can't do. That's it. I'm going to leave it at that.
I love that you said better together, because that is one of the whole things about me and my life is that I know that I need other people. I can't do the work I want to do by myself. And I love to be of help to someone like a Michelle who moves to another level, because I got to share a little tiny piece of a puzzle. And that's what I think about all of us is we all have a piece of a puzzle to help. Michelle, what about you for today? And I'm sorry I kicked your butt.
I have broad shoulders, Karen. Those won't go away. Just how much I love all of you. I just love being part of all of this. And I just think that, yeah, you need to brainstorm because you can't do it by yourself. You know, it's the accountability, which was present again today. Right.
Jenny, what about you?
Oh my gosh.
I said Jenny, but Sheva, it's okay.
Oh, I apologize. Jenny, go right ahead. I still think.
No, Sheva now. It's now Sheva. It was supposed to be you. I just said the wrong name.
But Sheva, go for it.
Yeah, go for it, Sheva.
I just love the collaborative web forming in our circle here, and in the greater circle. I could just see these mandalas of our reach, and I just feel like I'm leaving the meeting feeling good that knowing that I've contributed, to each of our lives, and that makes my day so much more meaningful.
Hey. Okay. Jenny Grace Morris.
I agree. There's just great collaboration. And so I write ideas down, and some are for short-term goals, like things I can accomplish quickly. And then I take some of your ideas, and it's not that I don't want to implement them right away, but I see them as maybe 9 months from now. So now I have a list of different goals that I can reach throughout the entire year. Just
Yay.
session.
And Becky, you were almost not going to join us, but you did after all. Yay. What about you?
Well, it's funny, Karen, because you've always given me a hard time. Well, when you're in a group, Becky, you don't say anything. And I've always prided myself as a listener. I kind of absorb it all in, and it's when I get off the call or when I step away from the meeting, it's like all these light bulbs keep coming on, and I wish I was able to articulate some of the things that are going on in my brain. So I'm going to work harder to try and be more participative. But again, I've been really connecting with everyone's story, and my brain automatically jumps to, well, gosh, how can I help? How can I help? I just don't know quite how. But what's amazing is the support. I think my past life that I'm used to, I didn't feel this kind of support. So I feel like it's a whole new realm, a whole new world. Everybody's there. It's not a competition. It's we're here to be there as a support. And it's something that I'm not used to. They talk about these dogs that have been in labs all their life and what it's like to step out of their cage and step on grass for the first time. So it's kind of an awakening for me. And it was really wonderful to see all the support.
So for you, I want to say you started out in incredible support with Lady E sharing your story. So you were not the quiet Becky. You participated on a level that I believe hit Lady E in the heart. Am I right, Lady E?
That's true.
To hear your story and know that she wants to move forward. And I believe God made sure you were on the call because he wants Lady E to be around for a while. And your story hopefully helped. Miss Marty K. Casey, anything you would like to add about the call?
Yes, I'm going to add a little bit of what I teach in ungunning, and that is the triple E. And so for me, this call was like the triple E. I am a connector eternally, emotionally, and through energy. And all of you all give me that. I was talking to Lady E last week, and I said, in our culture, our Black culture, we have, I believe we both, and along with so many others, have been trying to find a place where we fit and how we can communicate better and effectively. And because of, as a culture, we all have been experiencing so much trauma, hurt, and pain. That's really what you give. You can only give what you have. And so once you heal it's hard to still remain in that village that seems so toxic. And it's not anything that is intentional. It's just the matter of someone taking the time out to help each person get to a better place. And that's what we're attempting to do. But so that I didn't continue to try to feed off of, or eat, I should say, eat at that table where all I felt they were serving was a lot of discomfort with being toxic. I had to find another place to eat. Coming to Gateway to Dreams, now having other white and brown sisters that may not have experienced the level of trauma that my Black sisters have experienced, it has allowed me to eat healthy. And now I can gather up these recipes and go back to my culture and feed them healthy food. So I want to thank you all for, again, allowing me to have that internal, emotional, and energy experience from a very positive place. You did that, Karen, through what you have created. You became my sister. I wasn't fortunate enough to be born with sisters. I have one brother. You're that big sister I've always desired. And I thank God for you. And it has nothing to do with where we come from, where we live, our zip code, our color, our religion, has nothing to do with that. I am a person that feels. And when I can feel good energy, and when I can feel it eternally and emotionally, it allows me to be my best. That's what I desire. Thank you for feeding me healthy food.
By that, and what I want for our world is for every Black woman to have a white woman friend, and for every white woman to have a Black woman friend. That isn't about a mentorship, it's about a friendship.
Yeah.
I was thinking about our Ferguson 50-50, and I'm really thinking that I want to come up with, what does Ferguson 50-50 mean? Is that one of them is that every white woman has a girlfriend that's Black. Every Black woman, we may have friends, but if we could have what I feel like, Lady E, I love you. We're getting to hang together, and Marty and Rosie Brits. I don't know, you're part of my family now, and I know that the more white people that love Black people, the more Black people that love white people, we won't have the mayor reading off names and the mayor's neighbors pulling out guns, right? Because those are your friends. You wouldn't do that to your friends. You wouldn't do that. So anyway, off my soapbox, but Marty, thank you for seeing the work that the community around Gateway does. And it is not just me. I am blessed with an amazing group of people on the board and volunteers that see this and be part of it. So I feel like God, when he decided that I was supposed to have this, because I tried to tell him I didn't want it, but he's my boss and I report to him. So I love you guys. I'm blessed to have you. We're actually just a little bit early, but I'm sure that you guys have plenty that you can do in the 10 minutes we won't be on. Our next meeting date is August 5th, if you'll put it on your calendar. And thank you for being part of Gateway. Oh, shut us hand up.
Wait, so not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday on July 11th, you are all invited to the Joy of Goals in Action. And it will be hosted by Amy.
She won't be hosting, but she will be our coach presenter.
Presenting, I mean.
Yes. Yes.
And on the Habit Finder. And so we would love to see you there. And she has invited us all to take her Habit Finder quiz. And she's going to pull together all of our habits and create this sort of amalgam personality and share with us how we can be more effective as a group. And I wanted just to double check that if Karen doesn't have your email address for us.
I have everybody's on this.
Oh, good. Okay. Sounds great.
I know on this one I do. So we will be sending you a link for you. If you want to do this, You can take this assessment for free, and she will review it with you for free. If you want to go any further, she has different programs. I think Becky mentioned she's going through it. I am going through the beginning program that she has, because I want to know everything that will help me propel me forward and the stuff that holds me back, because I have that. That's why Gateway isn't making enough money, is I have that stuff that holds me back. And that's why Gateway has a great community, because of the gifts that I have. So it's both of them together and working them. So thank you for that, for reminding me of that. 7-11 from 10 to 11:30, is that what we? 10 to, and Sheva is part of hosting it, and she provides a piece that we're now calling, do we call it the action party, or what are we calling it? An action party.
In action. Yeah.
In action. Where we're going to take a small amount of time for each person to put something in action while they're on the call. And that is because Sheva's part of her, and we share this, taking action. Talk is cheap. Taking action is where the rubber meets the road, and that's where we make things happen. Taking action.
Hold hands while we do it.
Yes. All right. Thank you, guys. And if I can be of any help, give me a holler. Let's make sure that we promote anything that anybody wants. If you tag me, I will share it. And for Sheva and Michelle, who did we say that we were going to be? Was it you? Michelle, please put your survey together and make 20 calls this week.
Okay. Got it. My survey is together on my webpage.
Well, you just use that as a verbal. Hey, I just want to check in. This is what I'm doing. I'm made my commitment.
Okay.
I have a bunch of people wanting to send me money. Are you one of them?
So my PayPal, here, I'll stick it out there for you.
Tell it to us while you're typing.
Michelle at celebrateherstyle.com.
And Michelle is 1L.
Right.
All right. Love you guys. Have a great rest of the week. And we will talk, if not before, maybe the Joy of Goals call on the 11th.
Okay. And what's the time on that, Karen?
10 to 11:15.
And if you want to have a full day of feeling super productive, I'm hosting a longer, like a 2-hour session from 2 to 4 p.m. as a whole action party. So, and there's a 25-minute work session and a 1-hour work session, and we'll just keep on going until we get, a whole project out of the way.
Awesome. So that's from 2 to 4, Sheva?
Same day.
Okay.
Lady E, don't forget, I'm going to leave that up to you, what day you and Michelle want to start walking.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let's connect with that.
We are. I was going to put your cell phone. Tell me your cell phone, Marty.
It's 314-518-5508.
Okay, Marty, you broke up. I don't know what you said.
Okay, 314.
No, not that. Before that, you said Lady E, don't forget.
So we can connect on walking. So we can start walking. And
Okay, absolutely. Okay.
Did you get it, Michelle?
I did. And I'm gonna follow up with her today.
Yeah.
So
Good.
that we can get a plan in place, okay?
Okay. And I really think, Michelle, with your bras, we can also kind of create, and once we get real good with this, create some kind of workout clothes, cute clothes with the bra built in, and tennis shoes to match, because that's just kind of like,
I bought the Body Groove. Have you seen the sponsored site Body Groove?
No, I haven't. But then we can also incorporate Becky and making sure that we have our snacks to pack.
I know.
Or what have you, as we exercise our snacks to pack with our bras built into our cute clothes. Whoop, 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 whoop.
We'll have a real big ta-ta party.
See, okay, and then this is the thing, everybody can meet up at the lodge so that they can get signed in, and we can kind of walk around the mall, just have like this cool group of ladies that's exercising and dancing in the mall.
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
And every time
I
we
think
see
Remember what
somebody,
we used to talk about, Becky?
and every time we see somebody hanging, we'll just have a card to give them and say, "You like that?
Right, lift them up, we here to lift you up, we here to lift you up.
We got
I love
you."
it.
Oh, you guys are so cute.
Amazing.
Love you.
Love you. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
bye, sister. Bye, Karen. Love you. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Love you guys.
Bye,
Bye.
Guys.
Bye, Becky. And I'm
Bye-bye.
you in a little bit. Okay, I'll give you a little break.